Sentai Zyuranger!
Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger episode commentary and reviews. This time, episode 46, presenting the Vicious Sentai. That's right, we're in the final 5 now. And if you do enjoy these videos, please remember to like and subscribe. It means a lot for a small channel like this. And now that I've said the mandatory, let's get into the episode. The episode opens with people calling to the Zyurangers on top of a building. But they jump down and start shooting and beating up people and causing plenty of destruction, causing the once cheering people to flee in terror. As the Zyurangers find the bad rangers, they're confused, but attack as their hits turn the copies into golems and a Dora monster, before they then turn into normal looking people who continue to fight the Zyurangers, before calling out that the Rangers are trying to kill them, as it's caught on film by a news crew. As when reported on the news, they claim the Rangers have returned to evil. On the moon, Bandora congratulates Dora Mirage, who drops its disguise, and the reporter turns out to be Lammy. Back on Earth, people are watching news footage of the Rangers attacking people. As the Rangers try to leave, they find a young girl crying with a cut knee. But when they try to bandage her knee, the child says Zyurangers did it, before the mum comes over and tells them to leave her daughter alone. Before more people turn up brandishing makeshift weapons and throwing stuff, shouting about betraying them before they start throwing rocks at the Rangers. As Dan fights his anger and yells for everyone to stop, which they do, just long enough for the Rangers to run, with everyone following them. They eventually manage to hide in an overgrown garden as May begins to cry, and the Rangers start to question why have they even been fighting. When they hear a dog's whining, and they're spotted by an old lady. The old lady lets them in and gives them clean clothes before taking a bath with May. The woman says they remind her of her grandchildren, who she hasn't seen in 10 years since they moved abroad. The other Rangers are watching the news of the evil Rangers' attacks as May and the old lady come in. And to break the silence, she says it's her birthday and would they celebrate it with her. As the Rangers help with preparations, they are all laughing and having fun. When the lady lets slip, she knows who they are. But she doesn't believe the news reports, and she can see with her own eyes they are good people. When she returns to the Rangers, they've changed back into their own clothes, saying they want to be able to celebrate her birthday for years to come. In the city, the evil Rangers are attacking, while being watched by Scorpina. But as Evil Red is about to attack a mother and daughter, his sword is blasted from his hand, and the Zyurangers appear, much to the mother's confusion. Transforming, the two teams of Zyurangers begin to fight. The Pink Ranger calls to Boy for help, but it turns out he's been tricked as that Pink then attacks him, before the real May shoots it with her bow, revealing the putty imposter. One by one, the imposters are revealed, until only Red is left. And that is soon revealed to be Dora Mirage. He attacks the Rangers, but the Rangers notice people cheering for them and realise they believe in them again. And combining their weapons to form Howling Cannon, they destroy the Dora monster. As the watching crowd runs in, cheering for the Zyurangers once again. I mean, what is there to say? This is this is a brilliant episode, but also it sort of goes back a little bit to uh the end of Barai's time, because we had, I can't even remember the name of the Dora monster. I'm actually looking it up while I'm saying this, but it is just like Dora Gansaku. Dora Gansaku, there we go. It's like Dora Gansaku in that it's a monster that's making the Zyurangers look bad. Back then, we had like the public saying, "Oh, it's your fault. It's your fault," chasing the Zyurangers around for like 2 minutes, because Dora Gansaku was becoming the Megazord or Dragonzord or Goryujin. So, sorry, my apology. I've been watching that Power Rangers reignition like this morning, just to see what that's like. I might do a video on that later. Daijujin and Dragon Caesar, or Goryujin. It was becoming that, and I'm wondering if, like, in world, that gave Bandora the idea to use Dora Mirage, or in real life, if it gave the writers an idea, like, oh, actually, that's pretty good, you know, using the mecha, like, it's actually the bad guys, but everyone's like blaming the Zyurangers. Let's get the Zyurangers themselves to be bad, and I like that. I'm kind of weirded out by the fact that May gets in the bath with the old woman. That was kind of weird. Um, I I really don't get that at all. Um, Probably a culture thing, but I really don't get it. But obviously she knew who the Durangers were. Obviously she did say she reminded they reminded her of her grandkids, but these are like, you know, they're like 170 million and 20 something years old. I don't get the bathing together part. Although it's nice of her to clean their clothes for them, and you know they're able to have a break while all the populace are getting beaten up by Zyurangers. Anyone who hasn't fled the city already. Um, but yeah, she's able to, like, you know, get their spirits back and all the rest of it, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to celebrate your birthday for years to come." Uh, Watch the final episode; you'll see why that does not age well. Um, but it's a very strange thing. I do like also, as well as Dor Mirage and the four golems becoming the Zyurangers themselves, it's actually Lammy who is the reporter. And it's so easy to not realise until it's made obvious in the Bandora Palace, where she literally transforms. But I like that. Just Lammy is so multi-talented. You know, she gives a good fight against the Durangers, and she seems to be a hell of an actress because she's in disguise even more than May is in May's own episode of doing it, the Seven Faces of May, or whatever the episode was called. So it's good for the bad guys, and if it weren't for the Rangers sort of getting moral boost, or whatever you want to call it, from the old woman, like, Pandora potentially could have won, because the Rangers were all just like, "Oh, we can't do anything about it." Although I suppose it didn't help that you know, they were seen beating the Dawn Mirage made itself and the putties look like normal people, which everyone then saw them beating up, which, yeah, I mean, that's going to send a bad message. But surely, and also it goes to say that everyone knows who the Zyurangers are, because instead of it being, oh, these random people are beating us up, it's, these are the Zyurangers beating us up. Oh, yes, those are the Zyurangers beating you up. How do you know they're the Zyurangers? They're not in costume. They're just wearing some weird clothes. Apparently, everyone knows who the Zyuranger are. I don't know if I mentioned that in like the Bride Dies or whichever episode it was, but yeah, everyone knows who the Zyurangers are. So the fact that, and yet, you know, there were people who also saw Zyurangers in costume fighting Zyurangers out of costume. So yeah, kind of weird how everyone seems to know but doesn't know. And then as soon as like the both teams are in costume, they don't bother changing back. But that's when you would think that they'd change back, because it's the Zyurangers in costume beating up normal people. Which, of course, they'd already been doing for the Mirage. You can't really make it any better. But it's another one. I know I've said this several times throughout doing the series of this. But it's another one I remember so strongly from when I was watching Power Rangers as a kid. And it's just one of those ones I absolutely loved. And the memory of that just stuck with me for years. So that if I did happen to think of Power Rangers, that's one of the ones I'd remember. You know, Green Candle, the Bad Rangers, Pudgy Pig. Everyone remembers those. So yeah, it was good. And you know, did we get? No, we didn't get Armored Red Ranger, which is a shame, because that is my favourite form. You know, Green Ranger looks so wrong without his shield. He just looks normal with the shield. Red, or Tyranno Ranger, and obviously Dragon Ranger. Red with the armor, red and gold just goes. It really goes. So it's a shame. I don't think we're going to get it in the next 4 episodes. And the next 4 episodes are all going to tie together for the final story. This is it, guys. We're going in for the home run. And as usual, and like I said at the start of this video, if you have enjoyed these videos, please remember to like and subscribe. It means so much for a small channel like mine. As I record this, I'm on 197 subs. And the growth since I started doing the Gojuja stuff has been absolutely amazing. Hopefully people are enjoying the Zyuranger stuff just as much. And whether I do Gokaija or Ranger next, I've narrowed it down to those two. Whatever becomes number 1 is the one that I'm going to do. But yeah, there'll be probably a couple of weeks gap in between. I'm going to bring it out on a different day, just so I can spread it out, because obviously I'm doing Gojuja on a Sunday. Just spread the videos out instead of it both videos coming out on the same day. I've made my life a bit harder that way. But anyway, I'll see you guys with the next video. Break in the final deciding battle. I'll see you next time.
どうなってるんだ俺たちはここにいるのに